Two wee flakes in the pan, a big brother and a little sister. Good morning. We're in the wilds of Atlin BC, a historic gold camp, and on one of the 7 major creeks called Ruby. This is a new claim for me, and I thought we could explore it together. My detector today is a MineLab GPX 5000 with a small Coiltech elliptical coil. And then here's my new purchase. I got it from the US, from Apex. It makes short work of compacted gravel. This pick has 3 magnets. You can see magnetite will stick to it in little iron pieces that were detected and dug up. 2 there and 1 there. They're very powerful. Let me show you something. Here's a tool, a crowbar. Look at this. First thing I notice is bear poop. That's from a big bear. The original miners noticed that this area was covered in basalt and lava. When they dug through it, they hit ancient river channels, and those contain big gold. Since then, there's been a machine operation here where they ripped out some of the wall and basalt to get down to the gold. The problem with these gray rocks is they set off the metal detector. Here's basalt. Huh. Sounds just like gold on the detector. Here's my companions, the black dog and Shelby, and the brown is Gabby. And in this waste rock, I'm not seeing any river stone. So I think the odds of finding gold right here is somewhat remote. I wondered about rocks like this, so I crushed a few, panned them out. There was nothing in it, although it did set off my pinpointer. So there's a creek that runs off the mountain, comes down through here, forms a pool, good spot for the dogs to swim, and then runs under the roadway that the machine operators made. It pops out again down there, so there must be a culvert or this would have washed away. There's where it comes out, the waste rock. Okay, it's going to collapse there. Joins the Ruby Creek, and we're going to head downstream. Quite a bit of basalt in the roadway, but there's also some river stone. So I did metal detect for about an hour, and all I found was a little bit of junk. There's my first hole and my first piece of junk. So the old timers, the original miners, dug down with a shaft down to this level right here. It's all been filled in, but then they did an adit that went underneath into old river channel. I'll detect that. I'll detect some of this black crush. See what we can see what we can find. Might be some gold here. So down in the stream, I see bedrock. It's a good place to pan. Maybe even metal detect. Not in fast water, but just on the sides. Across from the creek, you can see here, right there, one added entrance. It goes underground, under the basalt, and another one over there. I'm now probably off my claim. I'll have to validate with GPS. I thought this was somewhat interesting. It's where The rock wall is all fractured, maybe from blasting. And you can see, zoom in, the basalt. And of course, the tumbled rock. Don't want to get too close to a wall. If one of these rocks comes down on you, you're not having a good day. Ruby looks like down here. I no longer see any bedrock. Gold will descend usually all the way to bedrock. I just zoom in slightly. You can see there's multiple layers of what looks like river rock in this wall. So there's one. Whoops, there's one. I go down to this area. There's another one right there. Right there. Here's another view of the river. I can see that shoreline with all the salt. Pile of cobbles. Maybe where somebody was mining out of the creek and tossed them up here. Another rise. Maybe from old-time mining. It's been a while. Trees are a fair size. Sometimes you tear apart where the old timers put their cobbles. It'll be virgin underneath. They had to start somewhere and start stacking rocks somewhere. And a lot of times they didn't actually mine right under where they were stacking. It could also be the end of a claim. And so they just stack it right adjacent to the neighbors. And this is more modern up here. Look at the other side of the creek, right there. If the water was high, those cracks should capture gold. Thank goodness for a good pick, because it makes digging the holes pretty easy. I usually use a pinpointer to isolate where I'm digging. But listen to this. Now, pinpointers are all metal, so they pick up anything. And it's just all through. You'd think, okay, that's a good target, but it's these black and gray rocks. Not gold. What you guys doing? I'm back at camp. I detected until my batteries ran out. I filmed until the camera died. I decided to stay and gold pan, so I went to the obvious crevice on the far side of the river, or crevices, and I cleaned them out as best I could. Wasn't great, so good from far, far from good. Best pan was 3 colors, nothing of any size. The interesting thing is, on my way out, I thought I'd hump it through the forest. And guess what I found? It's a box that has something in it. It's been there a while, it's been chewed. Look at the bite marks. Probably a porcupine. And it still has its lock. So what I'm going to do is defeat the lock, and we'll open it up and see what's inside. What do you think? Could it be full of gold? Tools? Some cooler. Looks like the electrics for a solar panel. Wouldn't expect that. It's got a sticker from 2017. It's been in the forest a long time, probably. That's all there was. No gold. No tools. If it's yours, let me know. I'll return it. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure. Didn't find any nuggets, only a little bit of flour gold. So either the original miners did a bang up job, or people have been here since and they knew what they were doing. That's okay. We've got another claim to go to, so I'll head out there tomorrow after resupplying in town, maybe getting a shave and a shower so the dogs don't get disgusted and still recognize me. The mystery box was kind of cool, though. A little disappointed it wasn't full of gold or fancy tools. But again, if it was yours, let me know and I'll find a way to return it if you still want it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.